Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome to 3302. This is where I take a look at the news and happenings in and around Elite Dangerous. Today we're going to take a look at the community reaction to the release of the Engineers. Where have the bi-weave shields gone? What is all that news about ship kits? And Jacques station seems to have disappeared on its trip to Beagle Point. The Engineers and patch 1.6 are finally on the live servers, and they've arrived to a fairly mixed reception. Now, for my own opinion on the update, check out my other videos, you'll find out what I think about it all there. But for now, let's talk about what the community thinks of it. And like I say, it does seem to be fairly mixed. Quite a lot of people are very happy with it. A lot of people very happy with the AI updates in particular. But that does indeed seem to be one point of contention as well. Because, of course, it would seem there are also many other players that are not happy with the release of the Engineers. You only need a brief visit to Reddit or the forums and you will notice straight away that there are dozens of posts commenting on the difficulty of the AI, saying that how the AI has destroyed their high-spec ship in a matter of seconds. It's actually a little bit difficult for me to judge some of that because my combat skills are lacking anyway. But yeah, it does seem that the AI is much more difficult, and if you get interdicted, it's quite possible you're going to get destroyed before you have any chance of escaping. A few forum posters and Reddit posters do think that there may be some sort of bug or glitch involved here because they feel it does seem to be happening, the ship destruction does seem to be happening a bit too quickly. But then there are an equal number of players, and perhaps significantly more, who are celebrating this increased difficulty in the AI and saying that it's what Elite has needed all along, and that previously it was really akin to shooting fish in a barrel. Regardless of your feelings towards the AI though, it wasn't the only update in the Engineers. Of course, the big one was the Engineers themselves, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing how the community deals with these and seeing what the playstyle of the game ends up like once everyone has got some upgraded weapons and modules. But at the moment that's proven a little bit difficult in some areas, in particular with Felicity and Elvira, the two Engineers that provide FSD upgrades. Initially on the patch release, you needed to provide certain materials or items to these Engineers. In the case of Felicity it was Meta Alloy, and in the case of Elvira it was Suntil relics. Both of these at that particular moment were unavailable in the game, but if you're struggling to find them, this is where you need to go. The Meta Alloys, normally found in the Pleiades Nebula on the Barnacles, can currently be found in Daniel's Progress in the Maya system. Just land at that station, or land at that planetary outpost rather, and you can buy the Meta Alloys from the commodities market. And the Suntil relics can be found in the Naguri system, again on the commodities market. That system is in a state of war, so you can't buy many of them, but Frontier have increased the count that you can normally buy during that system state. I do believe that this is currently a temporary measure, so if you do want to obtain these particular items in this manner, then head out now and get them before it all reverts back to the usual methods. One other final comment on the reception towards the update then, it seems it has indeed brought back a whole lot of other players to the game. Steam charts are by no means obviously a completely accurate count of the picture, but it does show an increase in players since the patch went live, by an order of a number of thousand players actually. Another area of the Engineers that seems to have sparked quite a bit of heated debate amongst the community is of course the Engineers themselves, as well as the RNG elements that are embedded within that mechanic. Comments on this talk about, on the one hand, the game now being far too grindy and far too random, to, on the other hand, being a much needed direction for the game and providing a lot more variation. This, of course, has provided a lot of heated arguments among the players. It's a touchy subject with a lot of different feelings on it, and of course we're not going to see the full effect that this update has had on the game until a few weeks down the line. If you're interested in my initial impressions on the RNG and the Engineers, I did make a video a few weeks back and I'll link that in the video description below. But since then I've played it a bit more and I do have some new thoughts on it, so I'll be coming back with an updated opinion a little bit later on. Xbox players of course have still got Horizons and the Engineers to look forward to. For them it's going to be releasing this week on the 3rd of June. Now the price for the Engineers, or for Horizons and the Engineers, is going to be £19.99 on Xbox, and that doesn't actually include Elite Dangerous, that's the upgrade. If you do want to buy Elite Dangerous and Horizons together, you can buy a deluxe pack for £40. And the deluxe pack actually comes with a number of additional extras. Here's an interesting bit of news. that accidentally leaked out during the recent Frontier launch livestream for the Horizons. It would seem that sometime, probably quite soon, there will be ship kits made available for various ships within the game. Many people would have noticed the additional section that's on the outfitting screen within stations now, and this actually lets you look at different areas of your ship but doesn't have any options to apply whatever they're meant to be. Sandro Samarco has insisted that all players have been mass hallucinating and that's not actually anything there to talk about. But like I say, it was accidentally a lit slip during the Frontier livestream that these are going to be ship kits. Unfortunately, that's all we know at the moment, but taking a look at the Engineers release trailer, it's possible to get a quick glimpse of what some of these ship kits may actually look like. How these ship kits are going to be made available is open to pure speculation at the moment, but one of the most popular theories is that they're going to be a vanity purchase, so that they'll be buyable with real money, much like paint jobs. A while ago there was a community goal for Jacques Station. Now Jacques wanted to get his station right out to Beagle Point, which is the system at the furthest reaches of the galaxy, the destination no less for the Distant Worlds expedition. It's widely known that Jacques Station is the travelling station and it's jumped all around inside inhabited space for quite a long time now, but this represented the furthest jump any station has yet to make. Now it was fully expected that Jacques Station would arrive at Beagle Point with the launch of the 2.1 patch. However, no one has seen or heard from Jacques Station, so it seems it's gone missing. This sort of thing seems to occur very regularly within the world of Elite Dangerous. Anytime anyone announces that they're going to make a jump or a journey across the galaxy, they invariably end up missing or disappearing. No one knows where Jacques Station has gone, of course, with theories ranging from the missed jump ending up in a completely different point of the galaxy to the station actually having been destroyed. And of course, one of the other theories, of quite a popular one no less, is that there's some alien involvement somewhere. Unfortunately then, for the many players still out at Beagle Point, 65,000 light years away from an inhabited space, they were there waiting for the arrival of a station. It looks like they're going to have to wait a little bit longer. One final note then before the end of this video: Bi-weave shields, where have they gone? With the release of the latest patch, many players quickly noticed that bi-weave shields no longer seem to be in the game. A lot of people have travelled all around inhabited space from station to station looking to see if they could purchase them, and while some players have insisted they're probably there, you just need to look, many players have looked and they don't seem to be able to find them at all. Frontier remained largely quiet on the issue, with the exception of a post on Twitter just recently which says that bi-weave shields are no longer in the game. Now unfortunately that particular tweet was a little bit ambiguous because it mentioned that whilst the shields are in the Engineers beta, they're not in the live version of the game. But that statement has caused a fair bit of confusion because obviously the availability of bi-weave shields has got nothing to do with the beta, because they were in the game long before the beta even began. It was also apparently mentioned on one of the live streams, although I didn't actually see this comment myself, that Frontier did suggest that the bi-weave shields are now incompatible with the new upgrades from the Engineers. If anyone can actually verify that was said, that would be pretty good. But as it stands at the moment, they're not in the game and no one really seems to know why. Hopefully then we'll get an answer one way or another very soon. That brings us to the end of this episode of 3302 then. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time. Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant, and today I'm having a look at the Engineers, which was released onto the live servers late yesterday evening. Now, there's a whole bunch of new things introduced with this patch. You've seen quite a few videos that I've released during the beta period covering some of that, but today I want to have a look at the Engineers themselves.